and welcome back. We're answering your questions again today. This one comes off the 1-minute law video of how long does a self-defense case last in court, which I do plan on making an expanded version of due to popular demand. So I appreciate that feedback, guys. Thank you very much. This question comes from Roos, and I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that last name. Don writes, I am interested if there are any cases on video to watch. I would like to see what the prosecutors use and what a good defense lawyer uses. I think this would benefit everyone. Thanks. Well, thank you for your question, Don. I really think the Rittenhouse case is a fantastic front to back kind of walkthrough of seeing the kind of stuff prosecutors bring up. You can see how once the prosecutor case started to fall apart, they completely pivoted to a new theory of the case. You can see them get into Full Metal Jacket discussions. You can see them play the AR-15 card. It's obviously not a standard case, right? State versus Kyle Rittenhouse, which happened in my home state of Wisconsin. That's a case that, for those of you who somehow do not know, unfolded in a self-defense situation within the broader context of basically absolute chaos and anarchy, a riot, and Mr. Rittenhouse was in the middle of that, in essence. So not your standard self-defense shooting case, but there's a lot of aspects. There's a lot of issues and topics that you do see come up time and time again in self-defense shooting cases that you do see come up in that video, or rather in that whole trial. So it's a super long trial to watch. There's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of things going on there. But I think that's a really important one. You talk about reaction time. You talk about distance from between the good guy and the bad guy. You talk about the bad guy going for weapons. You talk about provocation in that case, which was an argument that the prosecutor tried to use to basically say that Mr. Rittenhouse could not defend himself lawfully. So there's just a whole raft of really great issues that you can get into. And I actually did a lot of interviews on that with virtually every major news publication at the time, ranging from New York Times, Washington Post, AP, Reuters, on and on and on. It was an interesting ride, to say the least, especially if you talk about what my interviews were and what I covered versus what they published, which maybe that should be a video topic. I don't know. If you're interested, let me know. But again, I appreciate it, Don. I'll try to think of some other ones as well that come up. But I think that, the Arbery case down in Georgia might be another one where you get into pursuit, you get into, but the problem with that one is it's tinged with a lot of unique Georgia statutory citizen arrest issues, which are just absolutely not applicable. But you do get into some other interesting ones in that case. And obviously you need things that are going to be really televised in order to pull them out. But again, appreciate the question, Don. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you in the comment section. We'll see you in the next one.